gonna be my first trip back out on the old crown jewel of the Highland Lakes. Oh, he broke me off, came up and smoked it. BFO, shout out to Captain Ron. Now what do I do? Is that it? Are we good? Oh yeah. That's a nice fish. That's the one we're after right there. There's a rope in the water. I wonder if it's attached to anything. We're out here on a Cheeto bite, boys. Hello and welcome. What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. Back out here on the home pond today. It's gonna be my first trip back out on the old crown jewel of the Highland Lakes, but I'm looking forward to getting back out here on some familiar water. See if we can find some early spawners or some fish that are moving up, starting to get shallow here, rolling up onto springtime. Water temps still in the upper 50s though, showing 58.4 degrees right here, so might have to go on a hunt for some warmer water. But either way, stoked to be back out here. As you can tell, I have my green mirrored Hybro Waterland shades on, gonna help me see into the water. But we got some wind ripping out here today, and I feel like it's only gonna get worse from here on out. So I don't know if sight fishing is gonna be the deal. Either way, I got the eyewear for it if it comes to that. We find some calm water. But like I said, man, I'm just stoked to be back out here on my home pond. Hopefully gonna get out here and catch a few fish today. This is my first trip back out since the Team 6 beatdown. If you guys missed out on that series, don't sleep. Please make sure you go back and watch that. It was an awesome time, man. Needless to say, awesome. Just a great time with the 6, so make sure you guys scope that video series if you haven't seen it already. Man, yeah, idling away from the boat ramp for the first time since the Team 6 beatdown. This is, you know, sort of gonna be a breakdown day. We're gonna have to go out here and try to figure out what the fish are doing. Like I said, it's been over a week or two since I've been on this lake, so I have no idea what the fish are doing, if they're even biting. It's gonna be a puzzle for me today, but I'm up for the challenge if you guys are down to ride it out with me. I also have a new LAKEMASTER Plus mapping card that I'm going to try in the Hummingbird for the first time today. Just got it in the mail. Mapping, super important, something I'm trying to dial in. So we're going to be taking a look at the Hummingbird LAKEMASTER Plus mapping card while we're out here. Mid-South Lakes, Texas style, you know the deal. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just stoked to be back out here on the water on my own boat. Haven't run the boat in a minute. Had that hard freeze and then pulled the boat all the way to South Texas and then all the way back home, and ended up just fishing from everybody else's boat while we were there. Hey, I wasn't mad at it. A bunch of nice boats on that trip. But back out here on Beetlejuice, everything seems to be in order. We're gonna rip off, we're gonna take off, see if we can find some fish. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time watching, or if you have not already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. Help us grow this beast. Much love. I thank you all. Let's go find some fish. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like swim jig is gonna be the deal. It's like the only thing I don't have out here. Yeah, I can't help it, man. I gotta get out of swim jig and get that rigged up. I don't know why, I just can't stop thinking, dude, throw a swim jig. It's in my head. I'm gonna go with it. Throw this bloody shad color. Haven't thrown this one yet. There we go. New swim jig, new Kitech color. That's that gizzard shad. I think that looks pretty killer. I don't know why, I'm just feeling swim jig right now. So. Oh, I just had a bump. Thought he might have picked it up and started running towards me, so I just set the hook, but there was a bump with a little bit of life. Probably just a smaller fish, man. It just felt like a tiny little tick. I know there's got to be one hungry one getting ready to push up into this nice, warm, clean water. Come on, where are they at? I wasn't expecting to come out here and just tear them up today. Like I said, we're gonna try to figure them out. Haven't been on the lake in a minute, so I have no idea what the fish are doing, what phase they're in, nothing, dude. I'm flying blind. Flying by the seat of my pants, something I've heard a few different anglers say lately. Total wild card, flies by the seat of his pants. Some nice little submerged trees over there. Was hoping I could get bit off of that, but nada. If I had live scope, I would freaking build up an A-rig and then go out deep. Throw the A-rigs around. You guys go down in the comments and let me know if that's something you want to see here on the channel. Live scoping with A-rigs from Beetlejuice. Make a deal with you right now. If we can sell out of all the t-shirts that I have in stock on theheaterzone.com, I will buy a live scope for Beetlejuice straight up. So if you guys are interested in scooping a t-shirt, You want to help put live scope on the boat here so that we can scope some fatties out here in some deep clear water, hit up theheaterzone.com, top link in the video description. Score yourself a t-shirt, catch yourself a fish. Heck yeah, just a little dude, but we got one. Is that a quad? Surprise, surprise. Oh, it's a quad, but he spit it. It's a little quad, little Guadalupe bass, man. Hadn't seen one of those in a minute. Would have been nice to get the skunk out of the boat, but that big hook didn't quite get all the way in him. He shook it. I was playing with him a little bit. It's all good. Just a little dude, but that was a bite. That was a hungry fish. There's the wind. Let's go. He was right off the bank too. Little dude eating this big swim jig. Let's go. Anyways, check out the Heater Zone. Scoop yourself a t-shirt, and I will put live scope on the boat. Oh, we found some 61-degree water now. 61 degrees. Now we're getting there. There's 61-degree water temps right here. There's 61 degrees elsewhere on the lake. So we just got to find the right pocket and get off into it where some of these fish have pushed up, sought out that warmer water. Feels good to get a bite right off the bank, even though it was just a little quad. When you best believe I'm pushing back off into this shallow pocket to see if I can see any beds. Won't be long, they'll be locked in. They'll be locked into these beds. Super clear water bed fishing, man. Are you guys excited for that? Oh, I am. Missed out on it 2 years. 2 years I've missed out on it, man. The first year I got my boat, I got it like right at the end of bed fishing season where it was like over. And then the next year, ended up having to take the boat in for maintenance, and they had it right up until bed season was over, and I missed it 2 years in a row. This year we're out here, we got the new Ultrex, and I'm so looking forward to pulling some fatties off of some beds in the warm water here in the next few weeks. You've seen that fish bust up near the surface. That's a good sign. Hadn't seen that in a minute. Oh, he broke me off. Look at him. There goes my hook and my flush. Watched him come up and eat it, set the hook, and he broke me off. Just a little fish. That right there is why you always gotta check your fluorocarbon. Dang. Just glad he spit it. At least he spit it. Broke me right off, man. There were two fish right there. One of them came up, grabbed it. He was there. I set the hook, snap. I checked that fluoro, guys. I didn't. I just picked this rig up and started fishing with it. Oversight on my part. Just trying to put a fish in the boat, man. Trying to figure them out, figure out what they're doing. But we're in some warmer water over here. Saw a couple busting up towards the surface. Decided to pick up the soft plastic jerk bait, and boom, got a little action. Let's see if we can dial in a pattern. Actually put our thumb into the lip of one of these bad boys. Got that threadfin shad on there, but the one that they were eating just now is that pearl white, I believe it is. There's some variation thereof. This one right here. So that's what I'm gonna ride with. Flush 5.2. You guys already know I love fishing a soft plastic jerk bait, and the flush is one of the best in my opinion. I consider it like, it's really, the way I think about it is like it's just a little bit more of a glide bait. It's like a small tiny little glide bait. The flush darts back and forth really well, and yeah, it glides really nice compared to the fluke. So that's what we're throwing. Let's see if we can call up another one. Look, he's still under it. Fish right there. Look at him following right there. He's cruising around. He turned around. I don't know how well you guys can see that. That's a largemouth bass. He's following the flush. Look at that. Came up and smoked it. Came up and smoked. Oh, he's in a tree. Come out of there. It's a decent fish. Came up and freaking freight trained it off the top of the water. Look at him running. He's mad. BFO. Shout out to Captain Ron. Boat flips only, baby. Yes. That's a decent fish. He hammered it too. Freaking annihilation. Sweet dudes. Yes. Came up and engulfed it. Right over there off the end of that dock. Flush. 5.2. Doing them dirty. Yee. I'm gonna throw this guy on the gram, do a little release shot. You guys follow me at the Justin Royal to see all the on the water behind the scenes content as the catches go down, live and direct and full effect over there on the gram. I'm gonna let this guy go on my story at the Justin Royal. Follow me up, guys. All right, he's gone. That was a fun bite. Came up and freaking smoked it. I hadn't seen a hit like that in a minute. Up near the surface, boy, come on. Got some freaking mojo, got some energy, a little adrenaline rolling. He freaking hammered it. There's this old school video, I'm talking back in the day, before YouTube even existed. I can't remember what the site was called. It was like something videos. It was the original YouTube. I'm talking old school, back in early 2000s. Underground, you know, not as popular as it is now, not as many people on the internet back then. And there was this one video of this dude getting tased by this highway patrolman. And he was like, "You freaking hammered me." When the cop tased him, he was like, "You freaking hammered me." And ever since then, man, I've never forget that video. And that fish, he freaking hammered it. Go down in the comments and let me know if you've seen that video. Dude's like uncooperative, ends up getting tased. He tells that cop, "You floofing hammered me." Well, that fish just freaking tasered that flush. Came unglued. There's another one. Oh, he's in that tree. We gotta go get this one. Don't break me off. He is in that tree. Come on out of there. He's out. Oh, he came off. Dang. God dang. He wadded it up and came off. He was right on the other side of that tree. Smart one. Used it to get free on me, but that was another fish on this flush smoke. First day back on the water trying to figure them out. They want bait fish, old son. But they are ripping and roaring on this flush, dude. I mean, they're hammering it. All right, super shallow timber, soft plastic jerkbait. That's where my aggressive bites were coming from. Back up here where it's just rocks and no brush, nothing. So I'm gonna go try to mimic that pattern elsewhere. Let's see if we can find us another spot. 64.5-degree water temps up here in this cut though. That's good. All right, I wanna show you guys something. Check it out. 60 degrees out here on the main lake now. It's warming up, and it's warming up quick. And since we're out here, I was about to rip off to another spot, but I'm interested to see what this LAKEMASTER chip does to this hummingbird as far as the mapping goes. I've seen it before. I actually know what to expect, but let's go ahead and plug this LAKEMASTER chip in together here. We'll go find a little spot out of the wind, and we'll take a look at what actually happens to these hummingbird units when you put one of these chips in them. It's a pretty drastic change. Let's get somewhere, spot lock. We'll throw the card in the unit and see what happens. Stand by. That's what we're rocking with. Here is my mapping screen and what the chart levels and whatnot look like now. Let's throw this chip in here and see what happens. I think it's gonna look a little different. LAKEMASTER Plus, Mid-South Lakes. I don't even know what to do. I guess we plug it into there. That's in. Now what do I do? Is that it? Are we good? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that, dude. You got the Google Earth overlay over all your satellite imaging. That's what I'm trying to say. You got satellite imaging overlaid on top of your mapping and your water depth. This is where it's at. This is what we're looking at, guys. Now you can see every contour line in the water everywhere. I got my shallow water offset set to 22 feet low, which is where the lake is at right now. And yeah, I'm gonna play around with this for a little bit, but as you guys can see, it's drastically different. You can really see so much more in regards to contour lines, what's going on in the bottom of the lake, river channels, drop-offs, steep ledges like that right there. And yeah, this is really gonna open up the fishing game, help us with our offshore stuff. I'm looking forward to playing around with this a little bit more. I'm gonna get my shallow water indicator set up for anything under 3 feet of water, and then I'm gonna keep playing with this. But we'll keep you posted, let you know how this LAKEMASTER Great South Lakes version 3 works out for us, man. Looking pretty drastically different so far though. Yeah, this is the way. Much better than what I was running. All right, so I played around with the unit a little bit more. I'm gonna show you guys what I got going on. I've got everything in the depth range that I want to be fishing highlighted green, and then everywhere it's red is where it is 3 feet or less. So I got my shallow water indicator marked. I've got the zone of water that I plan on fishing marked in green. We're just gonna yeah, keep playing around with this new LAKEMASTER chip. So far so good. Plug and play. Plugged it in, everything just kicked off. As you can see, you can set your depth ranges, everything you want to fish, and it'll just show you you know, everywhere on the lake that is in that range. So you can eliminate a lot of dead water, especially when you've built up a pattern and you feel like you're going to be able to find a repeatable bite. If fish are doing one thing in one part of the lake, chances are they're doing that same thing in another part. This is going to help us with our running and gunning. But I'm going to go find some more shallow trees and throw this flush around a little bit more. Just want to show you guys this LAKEMASTER chip, the kind of differences that it makes. Mapping is new to me, graphing is new to me, offshore fishing is new to me, but I can already tell this is going to be something that's going to step our game up and help us you know, find some better water a little bit quicker, and help keep us out of the hazards as well, man. Show us the shallow areas. So stoked on this, but I'm gonna get back to fishing. Made a gamble running all the way over here. I don't even know how far back off in here I can get, but I know in the back of this pocket there are submerged trees, and it's only gonna get warmer as we get shallower. Oh, I just had one come up and swipe at it. Saw his back. He got my tail. Dang, they're in here. Hooked up. Second cast with the Cheeto, baby. It's a quad. It's a nice quad too. Yes, there we go, baby. Dude, that's a nice quad. Freaking roasted the Cheeto. Check that quad out. Easily 1.5 pounds, man. Pushing 2 pounds probably. Sweet. Yes, world record quad, 3.7 pounds. Give you guys an idea. That's a nice one. Yes. All right. Later, dude. Second cast with the Cheeto. Yes. Right off the rocks too. I mean, I threw it up on the bank and he smoked it. That was legit. Let's go. Crankbait bite gets me freaking hype. Come on, buddy. I mean, come on, crankbait buddy. The wind is your friend. Look, here's another. It's another small dead bluegill. Dudes, I think they're chomping on bluegill. Look, there's another one. There's another small dead bluegill. That's the second one that I've seen. There was one back there. There's another one. I think bluegill might be the ticket, dude. Got an idea here. I got this idea, man. I think they're smacking schools of baby bluegill. That's what I think might be happening, dude. Smoked it. That's a nice fish. That's a nice fish. That's the one we're after right there. Come on. Yes. That's a 3+. Fatty old son. That'll do it. Tank. So sick, dude. She just freaking inhaled it. We're out here on a Cheeto bite, boys. Yee! Awesome. Probably about 3.5 maybe. Could be a 4. I don't know. I'm gonna let her go. Later. Freaking roasted the Cheeto, dude. Yes. All right. Had to get out here into the wind on this main lake. I'm not even in a creek channel. As you can see, I'm on the main part of the lake. Fishing these bluff walls, man. These drop-offs, they're practically straight down. And these fish, I think, are sitting up in these rocks. And I'm fishing practically parallel to the shoreline, just running my boat along the bank and trying to cast right up on the edge of these rocks. That last one freaking Smoked it. That was a nice fish. She's sitting right here off this little point. There's a rope in the water. Wonder if it's attached to anything. Oh yeah, something down there. You see up there on the dry part of the shoreline where there's those little caves, those little cut-ins, those little hidey holes, places for those fish to tuck up into those rocks. Well, it's the same underneath the water line. So you see those fish will be sitting up in there. This crankbait will go by their face and they will blast out of those little holes and smoke this thing. And I think that's what's going on here. Definitely clicking and clacking down there. No bottom contact, no bite. There we go. On the underspin, he roasted it too. I mean, freaking cracked it. It's that bait number 3. Divine underspin coming in with the money over here in the bushes. Sweet. Got us another one. Little Divine underspin. The Divine swim bait. Shout outs to the Divine swim bait. Awesome. Yeah, the key to fishing these swim baits with the blade on them is to just roll it slow. This is a 6.2 to 1. This is actually my crankbait setup, right? Oh no, that's not a fish, that's a tree. What I was gonna say is the key is to roll them slow through the trees and just get that blade turning, kicking. And this is my crankbait setup that I'm throwing it on. 6.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. And yeah, that keeps me slow on these underspins. I tend to fish a spinnerbait or an underspin or anything with blades. I just tend to fish it a little bit too fast. So if I'm throwing an A-rig, an underspin, a spinnerbait, anything with blades, it helps me personally slow down if I can throw it on a 6 to 1. So that's what I do. That's a little tip for you guys, and I'm still rolling it slow. I mean, look how slow we're rolling this thing. That blade is kicking down there, guys. I assure you, you don't got to burn these things. That's my thing. I'm a turner and a burner. You guys know me. I like chunking and winding. But when it comes to the blade baits, I don't know if you can see how slow that's moving, but how hard that blade is thumping when it just barely moves through the water. So keep that in mind when you're fishing the blades. Roll it slow, especially if you're on a high speed reel. And even when you're on a 6 to 1, slow. That's the way. That blade is thumping. Doesn't take much speed to get those things turning. Felt good to get out here and catch a couple fish on the home pond today, man. At least we were able to figure a couple of them out while we were out here. It's been a while. We're still out here winding and grinding. Let's go. Got us another one in the boat. Hey, I ain't mad at it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, hanging out with me out here. Hey, look, there's a bait inside that tree. For tuning in and hanging out with me out here on the water again today. A little chartreuse hair jig or something right there. I got it. Oh, it's a crankbait, dude. Shows how much I know. Look at that. What is that? Where's the bait man when you need him? What is this? Twister, Mr. Twister Sport Fishes. A little beat up there in the front, but hey, crankbait. A couple quick tips on throwing the Divine underspin. Slow and low, take your time. Remember that blade is kicking even when you're turning that reel handle as slow as you can, especially if you're on a 6 to 1 or a 7 to 1 gear ratio reel. That little guy right there can be deadly really year-round. Let's face it, this is a year-round bait. It's a cold water bait. It's also a killer springtime bait. We're moving into the early phases of the pre-spawn here in Texas right now. And as you can see, we got one to eat that thing. So just a couple 6 cents tips and tricks for you guys out there who are looking to throw one of these bad boys. Happy to report that the Divine underspin is now back in stock on 6centsfishing.com. If you guys are looking to load up on the underspins, don't sleep, get them while they're hot. Use that code JR10 at checkout. That's going to give you 10% off everything on the website. Thank you guys so much for the support. Shout out to 6 Cents Fishing. We'll see you guys on the next one. that was, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to stick around because I have another big unboxing coming your way really soon, as well as some more on the water fishing content. I've been on the lake every day, and I even caught the first bedfish of the season yesterday, so stay ready for all of that coming at you live and direct in full effect really soon right here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all for taking time out of your day to watch this video, but that's about all I got for you today. That about does it. That about wraps her on up. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll see you on the next one.